Michiko Hayashi. Michiko Hayashi is the Global Director, Lecturer, and Ambassador at the nonprofit organization Emoto Peace Project. Michiko took over as spokesperson when Dr. Masaru Emoto passed away on 17th October 2014 at the age of 71. For 10 years, Michiko Hayashi served as the administrative personal assistant to Dr. Masaru Emoto, the researcher and ambassador of water, as well as the author of the best-selling book, Message from Water. During this time, she learned the importance of teachings of water and Hado, vibration, directly from Dr. Emoto. The mission is to educate people, especially children, to the true nature and importance of water through the book, The Message of Water, by Dr. Masaru Emoto. The Message of Water shows that your thoughts, words, and emotions directly interconnect with the water in your body and on Mother Earth. Of all the emotions, love and gratitude are the most transformational and empowering. Michiko Hayashi and her Emoto Peace Project team continues to put most of their effort into this meaningful project with the cooperation of Dr. Emoto's wonderful friends from around the world. If you look on the internet, Dr. Emoto has helped and healed many thousands of people and been cited in over 600,000 papers and articles. Some notable people he has directly influenced are Dr. Wayne Dwyer, Greg Brandon, John Keyhole, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Ravi Holz, Deepak Chopra, Dr. Lisa Rankin, James Gillian, Gerald Pollack of Fourth Phase of Water, Dr. Hugh Lin, master of Ho'onoponopono, and they were actually friends for a while and liked each other. And the Dalai Lama. I'm Mike Harrell, and today I'm going to do a little interview with Michiko Hayashi. Hi, Michiko.
Hi, Michael.
And everybody who's going to be watching.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so why don't you give us a little background on how you and Dr. Emoto met and how things got started, and what are you doing now?
Okay, well, though I'm succeeding or I'm continuing to carry on the discovery or the message that the important discovery that he found through his research on water that he did while Dr. Emoto was still alive for more than 25 years. And well, he passed away in October of 2014. So right before he passed away, he asked me to continue with this project called Emoto Peace Project. We do have a laboratory. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not succeeding the laboratory or the work of the laboratory, but I am succeeding this important project called Emoto Peace Project. And I will get into this project, but let me please explain what Dr. Emoto was doing. He is very well known as an author of The Hidden Messages in Water. It's the book entitled The Hidden Messages in Water. It was a New York Times bestseller for 25 weeks, I think. And he also wrote many other books. The True Power of Water, the Message from Water was the very first book. And he became very well known after that book, and because his research, he called himself that he was the messenger of water, because he learned that water was trying to tell in the form of water crystals whether the words we're using, or the consciousness, or everything we see and hear, the environment is good or not. And it's affecting not only myself or yourself or other people, but also everything around the world. And before he started to study water, he was the the medical doctor, or a doctor of alternative medicine. And he treated more than 10,000 people using Hado machine. Hado means vibration. So that's a vibrational machine. And with that machine, he detected the cause of the disease that each person was having.
So that was the cause, like a low vibration or some?
The low vibration. You see, like each organ of the body has its own frequency that it's supposed to have. And when we're not in balance of that frequency. When, for example, my stomach should have the frequency that it's supposed to have. And when my stomach is at this moment, if it's not having the right frequency or low frequency, then it's imbalance. It could be too high too. Then what he did was he found out the reason why it was imbalanced. So he transmitted the information to cancel this negative information that was causing the problem to this, for example, my stomach. And then transmitted that information into water. Then had the patients drink that water.
Oh.
That's how he cured people, all the patients.
So he diagnosed them, then he put the cure in the water by the frequency, and then they would drink that water for a week or so, or a few days.
Well,
it's better, right?
More than a week or so. It takes like about 1 month, 3 months. Sometimes we have to, depending on how severe the disease is.
Right.
And the severe it is, the more he has to check with improve the water information, because every day our body has a different information. When we are cured at this level, then we have to adjust that information and put into the current information again into water, so that we keep curing.
Right.
That's something that's how he learned that water had the memory, and that water can cure people. So, but at that time, or people don't really believe when we say water can also cure you. I mean, water can be, it's not a medicine, but it can, when you drink good water that's good for you, can be good for your health and can cure even your disease. But people don't really believe it. It's just the water we drink. It's same water. How can water have have memory or information?
Okay. Well, it's like a pattern. There's a pattern of illness. When we are healthy and vibrant, there's a pattern to our energy.
Exactly.
And that pattern, if we drop down, we're anxious, or bad things happen to us, that pattern gets out of synchronization, and then we get ill. Maybe not in 1 month, but over our life we would get ill. So if you can put the healing pattern, the correct pattern, into the water, then that'll bring the vibration to the healing. That is the way all illness works, and they're they're starting to learn that now. He's not alone. All the healers are understanding this now.
Oh, good. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
See, through this, his work before, he was doing that until 1990, close to 1990 something, 94, 90, a little before early 90s. But because he wanted to show that water has memory, he started to think, how can I do this? How can I show it to people? Then he came up with the idea when he saw that someone's book with all the different snowflakes. Then he thought that, well, snow becomes water when it melts. If snow has flakes or crystals, water should be able to, I should be able to capture the crystal of water. So he started his assistant at that time, who had the PhD in science, it was in the laboratory. So he asked this his assistant, the scientist, to start taking the water crystals. Then the scientist said, no, it's impossible. It's impossible to take crystals from water. It doesn't make any crystals. But Dr. Emoto was so intuitive. So he said, it does. It will make crystals. So if just keep doing that, just believe in that, then you will be able to take it. Then it took him about two months and a half. And finally, this scientist was able to capture the crystal. And then from that time, afterward, Dr. Emoto started to do the experiments with many different kinds of tap waters from around the world, natural waters from around the world, to see what kind of water they are, what kind of crystals they make. He started to learn that tap waters were not good because they did not make good crystals at all. But whereas natural water, they make beautiful crystals. Then after that, because he loves music, so he tested with beautiful classical music and something like destructive, sometimes heavy metal, sometimes noisy, just a sound or something, to see the differences of the crystals that water made. And he started to see many differences that are really in harmony with nature, or in harmony with something that is good for us, or something that has good positive information. Information is vibration, because everything is vibrating. Everything vibrates because water is the media. Water is all in this air as vapor. And as we are 70% water, our body, or our brain, even more, like 95% in our brain is water. That means everything, what we hear, what we see, what we drink, affects our body, our health. So he started like taking water crystals from different words or different music, or showing photographs to water. He even tested how our consciousness affects water. That's a brief explanation of what he was doing.
And it's not only water, but the air actually records memories. They do these things with plants, that when a bad person walks in the room, they can tell that the plant doesn't like it, or a good person. So it's like, this is universal. It's with everybody.
Exactly. Do you know why? Dr. Emoto said, because in everything there's water. Water is the media that carries detects the information and carries the information. So whatever we are emitting, everything, I am vibrating, my heart is vibrating, that's why I'm living. That's energy. Vibration is energy. Everything has its own frequency and its own life because it's vibrating. And that's the reason why it can vibrate, is because there's water in it. So, and around it. So like, of course, the flowers can feel the moment we walk into that room or walk by by nature, the tree. If I'm in the state of anger, they can feel it. If I say, wow, this is a beautiful flower. Look at this beautiful flower. The flower would be really happy that I did it and I said it. Then the flower would try to be even more beautiful. See, things like that. Through water, it's just a medium of them carrying the information.
But one of the most important things that I think that he discovered was that not only our vibration carries information, but the information has meaning. So if you carry vibration in yourself of I'm not a good person, or I don't like the world, then that meaning is in the vibration, and that goes into water, that goes into everybody. So,
right.
So then if you have positive or good things like I love the world, or I appreciate, then that meaning goes into everything. So
right.
sounds so simple, but we don't have conscious awareness of
we don't think about it.
We don't think about it.
We don't think about it. And a lot, even though we know about it, but we forget of times in daily life when we are so busy doing things, or when something happens and irritates us, we forget. But at that time, what I would like to recommend is when something happens, take a breath and think that everything that's happening is something that you can change with your own thinking. You can just step back and say, well, this may be happening, but I am grateful. I thank you for being able to be here and breathe. And I'm thankful that I can sit back and think and realize what I'm going through. And things are just change it just a little bit. See everything from a different angle. Sometimes this cup looks like this from this angle, but it doesn't show this hand when I turn like this. And people who don't see this handle don't even think there's a handle, but it's hiding. Just show it right here and see, this is a perfect shape. And also inside here, there's something else. So when you see things from different angles, you appreciate it and you realize that the only thing that I'm seeing right now is not everything.
Yeah, and so things like gratitude. So no matter how bad something is, if you just keep looking at it, you'll find something to be have gratitude in that worst terrible thing. Because a lot of times the terrible thing, what does they say? Like the mud that grows the lotus. It's the mud that grows the lotus. And now you're looking at the mud, but eventually the lotus is going to come out of that. So you can be grateful for the mud.
It's ugly and dirty, but look at this beautiful flower that's above it. When we see the beautiful flower, we don't even see the mud inside. But because of this mud inside, it makes a beautiful flower. Yeah. So it's however we want to take it, it's just up to us. It's every single moment is our choice. It is our choice. I would like to show you what Dr. Emoto did. I always carry this. This is the picture of the water test that he did with the words. He showed two different words in Japanese, and this is, it says bakayaro. It means you fool. The other one says arigato.
Arigato.
Thank you. Thank you in Japanese. He showed these words to water, distilled water, for at the beginning 24 hours. And then he obtained the crystals. And this is from thank you.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
But that's from thank you. And this is from you fool.
Doesn't even make a crystal.
No.
It doesn't have the information and the meaning. That's what makes a crystal, the information and the meaning of the
exactly. When we think about this, every word has its own frequency, vibration. And the negative words, very interestingly, have negative vibration and it affects accordingly to water. No matter what language it is, Dr. Emoto has tested, he tested in all different kinds of languages. And the result was very much like this. And very much the positive words created positive crystals, beautiful crystals. Negative words could not really even form crystals. So that's something that we are, words, through this conversation, I am talking, I am always saying something. When we say something, we are thinking, or we have some feeling in our emotion in our heart. So whatever we are emitting or thinking comes through our mouth as a word or as a language. So, but at that time, it's really good to know that we are 70% water. And this is what's happening within our body. So when we are in a state of this thankfulness or happiness, or in a peaceful state, in harmony with everyone, with nature, our whole body is in a good state. That means healthy. That means society the family will be healthy and happy. If I am, then the family becomes happy. If the family is happy, each one of the families happy, they will be around with other people. Those people will be happy. The society will be happy and healthy and peaceful. If the society is healthy and peaceful, in harmony, the country will be. It expands. So
I believe that's true.
It's really true, because everything is vibration. It affects. It has to come from myself, yourself.
And I would like to also add that it's not just the words spoken,
Mm-hmm.
you feel and averages, it's also your subconscious and your memory. So if you had bad things happen to you, that puts a vibration into your energy. And then for your whole life, if you don't take care of that bad thing that happened to you, then it affects you inside, and it goes out and affects people outside. So it's really important to work on, you can't just ask somebody to be happy if they've had the bad time in their life, or, so it's work, it's effort. You have to, like you say, a choice. You have to choose or want to do better or be better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For your family, for yourself.
Right. Okay, what thought? I would like to show that thought has a very powerful power. And, okay, now, Dr. Emoto has done, he did many experiments with consciousness, sending even to radioactive water that was polluted. The water crystal seemed more like a virus. I don't have the picture right here. It looks like a virus when we had the radioactive radiation in there. But when we sent the thought of love, prayer to water with love and gratitude, and plus, well, by the way, this is a picture of the love and gratitude.
Beautiful.
He showed two words together, love and gratitude together, and that made the most beautiful water crystal he's ever had. And we haven't had any even more beautiful crystal than this one, even now. And he put this picture to radioactive water, affected water. And with that crystal of love and gratitude, and we put love and gratitude in word for 48 hours. Then it made beautiful crystal. that affected by radiation, it looked at the beginning looked like virus, did not make any crystal. Then restored with this love and gratitude energy vibration.
So this is more powerful. This is more powerful than regular medicine. This is because it's working on the vibrational energy of reality around us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I'm talking to you, because I know how powerful it is and how good it is.
Mm-hmm. Right. It is really powerful. When you are, I think, when you become sick, that's when you don't become sick all of a sudden. It's usually have the information, negative information piled up. And then all of a sudden goes boom, you get sick.
So one part of your body, it'll come out as kidney or liver or heart or arthritis.
Mm-hmm. Right. But when you take care of yourself, it's easy in a way, because when you are in the state of love always and gratitude and saying, I am happy, I am grateful, and I love you, and my life is beautiful, and just
thank you.
Yeah, being very positive always and happy. Then every single organ of your body, or the cells of the whole cells of your body is always happy and in a healthy state. So you don't really get sick. Of course, you get tired sometimes when you, like me, I'm traveling every day. I'm on the road right now every day because I'm giving presentations on the West Coast of the United States right now. And I do get tired, but I don't get sick because I am happy. I'm so grateful when people come and meet me and hear what I say and show the PowerPoint about the message from water. Then I feel really grateful. I receive more energy from them than me giving my energy to them. So that's how we can stay in a good state. It's always.
I don't remember being sick. Maybe in the last since 2012, maybe 1-2 days of having a cold or something. So there's a long period of time of being healthy, and then before that is years. So once you get into a certain state of acceptance and self-love and always looking for the gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
healthy for a very long time, it becomes a habit.
Right. Make it a habit. That's a really good thing. Make it a habit. But because when we always try to see something to be grateful for, there's so many things. I mean, it's just me being able to be here is a miracle. It's a miracle.
We're alive. That's a miracle.
Alive is a miracle. And also being able to drink this cup of coffee in the morning. I mean, I am so grateful because there's so many people probably who can't even reach this. I have this electricity being warm. I can wear this clothes to keep myself warm. I am so grateful. See, there are so many things that we are to be grateful for. So make it a habit. That's one good thing. Every day when you wake up, I'm awake. How grateful this is. And thank you for being able to wake up in the morning, to take a shower. When you take a shower, it's water. So we say, thank you, water. I'm so happy. I love you, water. Then it goes down the drain, goes to the soil. The soil will absorb that love and gratitude also. So it's all a good thing, and it comes back to you.
It's such a, and what's so wonderful is that you're able to go around the world and teach children and give lectures. The reason why I'm so impressed and so excited to talk to you is because in terms of the world is a pretty dark, scientific, mental place. But you and Dr. Emoto have made a change in the world. And so now everybody, like I was thinking about Dr. Wayne Dyer and Greg Brandon, John Keyhole, Dr. Bruce Lipton,
They're all talking about it.
All talking about it, and Deepak Chopra, he's like this famous person. He talks about it, and there's a lot of people who are, and they say, look, you have to take care of your emotions and take care of your mind because you're creating reality and you're creating dozens of, and some. These are all famous people and they quote.
Dr.
Emoto, or they show the video of the rice and water, this is what happens.
It all started from Dr. Emoto's work, and I'm really grateful. And I do know we have many pictures of Dr. Emoto with Deepak Chopra, or Dr. Emoto with Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden, all three of them together. I mean, with so many people, with Dalai Lama also, with just incredible with amount of all these people who wanted to learn more from Dr. Emoto, and that's how much Dr. Emoto contributed to this whole world, and that is why it's so important that we all carry on this message that our consciousness is creating everything, and that water has a structure, and it's so important to drink, to give the good vibration to water when we drink, because there are so many people who are having problem because of not being able to reach the good quality water. But when we cannot reach the good quality water, what we can do is just to know that we can also change it to the better water just by our consciousness too. That's how strong that our consciousness is. So, that's something that I wanted to say.
So, and how's the tour been going? How does everybody like what you're saying? And
thank you. Yeah. They I think they really enjoy it. They appreciate me a lot, and I say, well, thank you. And it's Dr. Emoto being here with me always. He's been helping also.
So it's amazing how one person can listen.
Yeah. Well, I want to show you a children's book I have. Let's see. What is my children's book? Yes. I thought I had one. Okay, sorry. This is the children's book, The Message from Water. I just registered a nonprofit organization, Emoto Peace Project, in Washington, in the state of Washington now, in August this year. And so that we can print this children's book, because Dr. Emoto said, if we give this children's book to children for free of charge, of course, but of course it's expensive to print this book. But he says, with the donation of everyone's donation, we are printing it and giving to all the children, and the goal is to give 650 million books all around the world, because Dr. Emoto said in 2005, when he was invited to the United Nations headquarters office in New York, he said, if 10% of the world population learns about this message from water, that water carries message or information, and that our consciousness is deeply connected to water, and love and gratitude is the most beautiful and powerful energy it has, vibration. So when everyone learns about love and gratitude, what love and gratitude can do for the whole world, including ourselves, the whole world will be peaceful, he said. And the reason why this is the reason why 650 million books is because it's a 10% of the population. If 10%, the reason why 10% is that in learning from microbes, the effective microorganism, in bacteria, there's always 10% good bacteria and 10% negative bacteria in all bacteria, all beings, that means all lives, all creatures. And so if 80% is in between. So if this 10% of good being has just a little bit more than 10%, then this whole 80% of in between will shift to this good 10%, will come into this good being together. Then now, so that's why he said, if we can change, this book is reached to the 10% of this whole population, then the world will be flipped to a peaceful place, or the place in harmony. And children are the easiest because they're so pure, and also they are, when they are children, small, their body is 80% water. Even their portion of water is more than us adults. So it is more important for them to learn about this loving gratitude. And also they are really important because children are the future of this planet Earth. So this is what I am doing right now. Whenever I go to school, schools around here or in Japan or wherever I can visit, then I talk about this message from water to children in showing these files or do some fun activities, and then give this book to children.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad you're doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. This is
because it's just that constant pressure. You know, that's a constant, we're here, you know, there's this other world that's happening inside you, and you know, it can be better. The world can be a better place. And that firm belief that the world can be a better place, and all it is a change in frequency, a change in
exactly.
And the world's a better place.
It has to start from myself, for yourself, and you're giving this information of frequency to everyone from your side, and that's how people are learning from you, and then they will be connected to other information related to what you're doing, what I am doing. So it's expanding, you know. I think all we need is education or learning, being aware of what we need.
That's so true.
Yeah.
There's somebody else who's really helping the world too. That's Dr. Hugh Lin. He's the one who does. He's sort of the teacher of Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono. Yeah. Dr. Hugh Lin came to Tokyo and he visited our office. So Dr. Hewlin and Dr. Emoto were really good friends. And that's how Dr. Emoto ended up combining his water prayer with Dr. Hewlin's Ho'oponopono, because it's so powerful. So wherever he went, or whatever we do the water ceremony, this is what we said, Dr. Emoto used to say, and I do this too whenever I give water prayer. It's, water, we're sorry. Water, please forgive us. Please forgive us because of being ignorant about how important water was. So we say, water, we're sorry. Water, please forgive us. Water, we thank you. Water, we love you. We say that 3 times. So that's something that everyone can do. It's so powerful, and that is good for your health, good for your nature, good for the earth, for everything.
And it's also good for clearing out yourself. That's what
Exactly.
he then talks about. It's like we get somebody makes us angry or we don't like that person, and you clear it out yourself so that there's, you know, if you do that, I love you, please forgive me, I
Hmm.
apologize, you know, if you
Yeah.
clear it yourself, then there's no energy going out other
Hmm.
that is
It's always
negative.
cleansing, cleansing.
Yeah, so it's very powerful. So there's like two
Hmm.
uh, ways of doing it. It's interesting that they're both in the Pacific.
Well,
Irish people smart.
well, thank you. Well, that's Dr. Emoto and Dr. Hewlin.
Yeah,
It's wonderful. It's really, it's so important that now it's time for all these good messages or good learning to be combined, connected. It's so important that everybody is connected,
absolutely.
that the collective energy amplifies and it becomes even bigger and more powerful. So when that happens, it's going to really rapidly change ourselves, the frequency around us, frequency around this world. So it's really important that we are all connected.
And I think that's happening. I think it's happening in little ways, but it's really steady because you hear people say, oh, I'm doing this, and oh, I'm doing that, or I care about the environment, or I care about people, or I want to grow food, or I want to get back to nature, or, you know, all the people like right now, they're protesting the water pipeline and the oil pipeline and save our water. You know, thousands of people are protesting for the pipe. They want to save the water of America. So there's a lot of people are kind of waking up.
Yeah, right. You know, about this protesting, it's really sad what is happening. It's really sad, I think, but um, it's creating a negative energy there. People are getting so angry, people are getting so sad. So that's creating the negative energy in that whole area. I know it's really difficult right now to even to probably appreciate for being able to be there because of the situation. But the more angry they become, the worse the situation will be. So there has to be something has to be done. One thing is that they can be offering water prayer always at the place to water and say, please forgive us. Asking for forgiveness, saying we thank you, water, for being here. I'm sure that the supernatural being above us will not, I mean, he's providing what we need. So if we really, and water is God, Dr. Emoto used to say, water is God because it's in everywhere. It's providing life to every being. So it's hard. I shouldn't be saying not to be angry because I do understand how they feel, but the more they become angry, the worse the situation can be because of the negative energy that they also are creating. So I would recommend to give water prayer to the water around that area, saying thank you and please forgive us for what's happening.
I agree. I think that's should be done, even if they have to move their anger and throw their anger out and then come back. But they have elders there. They have elders there that are making sure they're peaceful,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that nobody starts anything on their side. So and it must be hard because the American Indians have had 500
Oh,
years.
I know. I feel so
So
sorry for them.
their hearts, how powerful spirits they must be to not just be pulling their hair out. And,
Right. And it's not just now. It's been going like that for a long, more than 100 years. For such a long time, ever since, this country has been independent. So it's I feel we have to show we have to respect them, because we are not the only owners of this earth. Every animals, every being there is the owners of the place, and everyone should be just living in harmony with all creatures, with all lives there.
yeah. And what about you see? There's things bad. There again. You talk about the cup and trying to find the gratitude. So in you have Fukushima and that the terrible thing going on there. So that's also very difficult to find something to be grateful about.
It's difficult. I know it's difficult, very difficult for people who are living in Fukushima. And I'm so sorry. One thing I would like to say is I'm so sorry that Japan is causing such a big problem, not just for Japan, but to affecting all around the world, because water goes around the world. And I'm so sorry that this is happening, and we're causing the problem. Please forgive us. But people in Fukushima are, in fact, having a difficult time. I do visit them in time to time to give water, angel water, to help them, because that's one of the activities of Emoto Peace Project in Japan. Dr. Emoto started to give this water called special structured water to protect everyone, people, from being affected by radiations or any viruses. And he named it angel water. And he started to do it right after the nuclear plant's accident. And then he said, once we started to do this, we have to continue to do it for many, many, many years to come until everyone is okay, is safe. So I still try to do that as part of this Emoto Peace Project. And whenever I go there, I try to talk with people in Fukushima, and they are, a lot of people do not want to talk about radiation anymore, because they're living there and they've had this fear for a long time, and they just do not want to live in a state of fear or insecurity. So they would rather forget about it, not think about it. So when we go there, when we ask or when we want to talk about radiation, they just do not want to. They just kind of put the cover on it. They don't want to talk about it.
Well, I have some things to say about fear. And that is, fear is worse than usually whatever's happening to you.
Exactly.
For example, we were taught in the West, cancer is terrible, you die of cancer, cancer is terrible, be afraid, cancer's everything you eat will give you cancer. That's been going on for 30 years. Okay, and now you find out there's 50 different kinds of ways to heal cancer. There's this juice and this plant and this way and this method and this energy healing. There's so many ways to heal cancer.
Exactly.
And it's not even, and now that people say, and then they say, well, really, cancer just comes and goes automatically by itself sometimes.
And when your immunity is high, then your cancer cells goes away. And what we can do is keep our vibration high, because cancer cells are low vibration. So when our vibration goes down, that's when the cancer cells are really happy and it starts to spread.
Well, there's another kind of cancer that works from high energy. So
Uh-huh.
if you have anxious, like you're anxious all the time, or you're stressed all the time, that puts a high energy in
Oh.
cancer, you see? So there's some that's low, and then there's some that's high, like tumors will be a high energy output for that one little area. So you actually have to balance that out from because it's stress. I wanted to finish what I was saying about fear of radiation. Radiation is natural. And like you look at the Chernobyl, right? There's animals, there's deer living in Chernobyl, there's people living in Chernobyl, there's people living there, and it doesn't really affect them. So the fear of the radiation, fish and radiation, the fear is worse. It's worse than the actual radiation.
That's true. That's true. So, and that's something that we are doing to ourselves. When we are scared of something, it's a stress that we're giving to our whole body. So that creates our own diseases. So it's good that, I know it's hard, but it's good to be, it's not good to be in fear. Don't worry about anything, because Creator is giving what we need through the ray of the sun ray. It's giving enough love and energy and what we need here. So when we think about it, we don't really should be worrying about anything. Everything will be fine if we know it and we are in harmony, or if we're well balanced, I think.
I agree. And about fear, it is okay. When the dog comes to bite you, you should be afraid. Or if baby falls down, you should be afraid. But to be afraid all day long for week after week after week.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
Of course, sometimes we become scared when the car comes in, almost choking your car, then you get scared. But it's just a moment, and then it goes, relieves, that that scary feeling is released. Then you go, whew, that was a good thing. I did not get crashed. Then it goes, whew, just breathe. Then it'll go away, but not always every day after day. In that case, we just have to, probably it's better to be in somewhere where you can feel safe. Change your environment. I know some people say that it's not so easy to change the environment, but there are so many places where you can live peacefully. I mean, it's my choice where I want to live, where I want to go, what I want to do. It's my own choice. So if you're under pressure day after day, just try to think, is this what I need? Or is there anything that I can do? Make a choice. Every day is a choice. There are 2 ways, or many other ways.
Yeah, and we tend to say, what can I do for my kids? What can I do for my husband? What can I have to do for my boss? But the great question is, what do I do for me? What do I do? Because if I'm not in good shape, then nobody's in good shape. My boss is not in good shape. My husband, my wife, my kid, nobody's in good shape. If I'm not. So you have to say, what is good for me? What can I do to take care of myself, or to become calm, or to be more loving, or to resolve my fear?
Exactly. And we are born to be happy. We're not born to go through this anger or living in fear or anything. We're born to be happy. We are born to live together happily in harmony. So it has to start from myself, from yourself, from each single individuals.
I love what we're saying, because you see, it sounds so simple, but this is the way the world will change. It is in these little, change your idea here, change your feeling there, become self-aware of what you speak and what you feel.
Uh-huh.
And then you can ask that, well, is this the way I want to think? This is what I want to believe. Do I want to believe that everything's bad, or is there plenty of good in the world? Because I think
that's right.
plenty of good.
One thing I would like to show you is this rice experiment I did.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I wanted to do this to show to my sons. I have 2 sons, and I started to do this rice experiments in 2013 while Dr. Emoto was still alive. I cooked rice, and I put it into 4 different jars. And this one, I labeled love and gratitude. And this one, thank you in Japanese. And this one, you fool in Japanese. And the last one is ignored. As you can see, you fool, and it's really pretty bad, but still ignored is the worst. That means when you are not paying attention to yourself, you're ignoring yourself by thinking about what happens if I don't do this, what happens to my family, what happens to my son, to my husband, to my wife, to this and that. You're not paying attention to yourself. That means yourself is being ignored by yourself. Then the whole body, because we're 70% water, is becoming this state, ugly, even worse.
Water and rice is what we are.
Uh-huh.
Water and rice, just plants and vegetables and food.
Exactly.
And water. That's it.
When we love ourselves and say thank you, I love you, then your whole body will be so beautiful like this. Even more beautiful than just saying thank you. Love and gratitude, love and thank you to yourself. This makes the perfect, wonderful health. So that's why just saying, do not worry too much about other people. I mean, you do have to pay attention to them, appreciate them, respect them. I'm not saying that you should be selfish. Being selfish is a different thing. But pay attention to how you are, how you feel, and love yourself, and appreciate for being who you are, the way you are, and accept it.
Well, we have nourishment from the food, we have nourishment from water, we have nourishment from the air, but we also have to have nourishment from the vibration of how we think about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Other people really have a hard time with even liking themselves. I have to live for the other person.
No.
So they it's not on purpose that they ignore themselves. They think they're being loving. So they take care of the children first, take care of the husband first, take care of the house first. They take care of everything but themselves. And they think that that's loving, but the reality is that they ignore themselves. So if the husband leaves or the children grow up, and then they're like, I have no reason to live. You know?
Exactly. So that's sad. I mean, they're doing so much for their families, and it's a wonderful thing. But we have to love ourselves first. Take care of ourselves. Be happy and do something that, even just 5 minutes of a day, do something to make yourself feel so happy. You know, if you like singing, just sing for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Or dance.
Yeah, dance. If you're happy dancing, dance. If you're happy reading a book, read a book. You know, do things that make you feel really happy. And then you have you charge your own energy by doing that.
Yeah.
So now you can spend your part of your time and energy for someone else.
They say you can only give away what you have.
Oh, yeah.
And you only have a little, what you realize you have. But we are infinite beings, so we're always, if we don't realize, then we're always less than what we could be. So we have to realize how precious life is, how precious this opportunity is, and realize how important it is, not for just us, because we're not alone. Just because we have skin, we're not alone. Our feelings go out into the water, goes out into the air, goes out into the children, goes out into the adults, and our grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
Goes out into everybody. So taking care of ourselves is really pretty loving.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. That's what I wanted to say. Great.
Well, we could leave it like right there, but is there some things that you want to say about what's coming up next and where you're going to go on your next?
Well, I am still giving my presentations in, let's see, tomorrow, Sunday, October the 30th, I will be in Evergreen College in Washington and give my presentation. And I still have some more presentations until the 4th of November in Vancouver. That's the last day. But I would like to just finish with this again. This children's book is a very precious children's book, The Message from Water. It shows everything in here that shows that water makes crystals, and let's see, here we say we are 80% water, no, 70% water, and the earth is 70% water, and the natural water is really beautiful all around from the natural water, the world, water from natural, water from around the world. And this is from music. When water listens to beautiful music, it makes beautiful crystals, whereas when it listens to like heavy metal, ugly music, I'm not saying that's an ugly music, but it's a negative music with destructive information that just doesn't make any crystal, things like that, and beautiful words, and the differences of the words. Thank you and you fool, for children to learn how water is affecting, and for mothers, do it is here. When we order something, and let's do it nicely.
That's scary, because really mothers are the ones who need to read the book.
Exactly. Do it is like this ugly. When we say, let's do it nicely, and then the water forms so pretty. So this is something that we've been giving, peace and war, and it says, it shows how water has memory. When we showed this elephant picture to water, and then the water crystal made this trunk. And when we showed this heart mark right here in the water, I don't know if you can see it well, then the crystal made heart mark. So it shows how water has memory. And then the very beautiful thing is how we offer the prayer to water. And this is a before offering the prayer. This is after the prayer.
Wow,
That
so
shows
beautiful.
how strong, powerful our consciousness is. And then it finishes with this beautiful loving gratitude crystal, and how powerful, strong energy that has, and beautiful energy that has, and how it is good for every single people to be in a state of loving gratitude every moment. And this is the book that I would like to distribute to everywhere. Whoever would like, please come to the website www.emoto, spelled Emoto, Emoto, emotopeaceproject.net for headquarters office in Tokyo, and www.emotopeaceproject.me for America. Then they can just obtain this book, or contact us and see more about this Emoto Peace Project and experiment.
If there's a lot of what they call homeschooling, and there's a lot of private schools in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Where would a teacher be able? Could they can order that book?
They can order through this website. Uh-huh.
So if they needed 10 books or something, they could.
Sure, they can order. Uh-huh. Yeah. And also, it's a donation base, and we are asking $5 per one copy of this book. So people can donate and contribute to this wonderful project. Yeah. Everyone can join us, participating.
I think mothers, anybody who might be watching this in the future, the mother should get a hold of it. Just because you have 2 or 3 children, if the mothers sit down in their house and go over this, and it's instead of just the school or the school people, but if their own mothers like saying, "Oh, look here, this,"
But when they go, when the children go home, that's where their environment is. So the mothers really, it's so important that both parents learn about this. Then they will change, they will educate beautifully their children. Mm-hmm.
And it's all about love, because in the end, I think there's a loving universe, and we are loving beings. So I like to leave it with this. It's all about love, because I think that's what the whole universe is about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for bringing me here. It's been wonderful being able to talk about this message from water and the discovery of Dr. Emoto's.
Well, I'm really honored. I've been excited all day because I just know how important your message is. Mm-hmm. And how I'm so grateful to you're out there every day and every week, and then you travel also to Europe, and I think you've been to Africa once, right?
I was Dominican Republic, South America.
Yeah.
Dr. Emoto, are you talking about Dr. Emoto?
Yeah, I'm just saying that this same message has been spread
around
by you.
Dr. Emoto traveled more than 70 countries, including, of course, Africa, South Africa also. And gave lectures and gave children's books to children everywhere he went. So, So I'm trying to do the best I can to.
Oh, you're doing a great job. I'm really glad you're my friend.
Thank you for being my friend, too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Michael. You have a great day, and bye to everyone. I love you. Bye.
Dr. Emoto's World Peace Project. This is Dr. Emoto's and the World Peace Project webpage. And it's where you can buy the books, The Message from Water. You can buy the books, find out information, have a schedule, all that kind of good stuff. This is the one that's made for Americans and English-speaking people. The same thing. I have the links below, except it's talks about events and Michiko Hayashi's presentations, and you can also buy the book there. This is Michiko Hayashi's Facebook page, and in here she has lots of pictures, lots of stories, and in her about page, her friends, there's just tons of pictures and videos, all the places that she's been. She's from Tokyo, Japan, and she also has this here, events. Today is October 30th, and then November 2nd, November 3rd, November 4th. This is an event she's just done, and her groups, and all kind of nice stories. Then the other footprint that's on Facebook is the nonprofit organization Emoto Peace Project headquarters. This is the main business, the mechanics or whatever it is. It's has all the pictures and some of the history, and it has links to telephone numbers, links down here, and also lots of photos and things you want to know. Okay, that's the outro. It's a big topic.